It's Friday. I think it's Monday or Tuesday the kids go back to school and my wife's back to work in the shop. I have no choice but to have this thing out of here and my mess cleaned up, because if she comes back to work and it looks like this in here, we're gonna be in a world of hurt. So I'm gonna go do a parts run. Hopefully the kids have had breakfast and they can come out and do some work today. We need to get the doors and the fenders on and all that. So Miles found a problem. Show us what the issue was, Miles, with that. She was cooked right there, eh? Corroded.
Probably needs a new one.
Yeah, so we went and pulled one from the parts truck outside. Looks good. Lift your corner up higher, it'll slide down maybe. Uh-oh. We cross-threaded a bolt?
Yes.
Okay.
I had the fender on. Why is your framing well?
We got a big honking gap here. Cab's got to go back. Because that's way too tight. Okay, I'll go loosen those off. Let me give Jace a hand fixing that bolt on the other side, and then I'll go under there. Or you go under there and loosen those off. It needs to go in about an inch.
I don't know if you're going to get it.
Well, we're going to find out. We ran into a pretty big issue here on this. Gap's good on the door there. It's pretty tight on that fender. And it is shoved right into the bumper on this side. And the core support mounts are like an inch out. This side went together fine. You can see the normal gap on the bumper. Let's get the bumper off of it and see if we can adjust it. We didn't hit the bumper or bend it or anything. We'll pull the bumper and see if we can get the core support to line up and take her from there. Well, we had a pretty major setback. So we could not get that to line up. We measured tube to tube on the axle on each side. This side's 3/4 of an inch tighter on this side than the other side. So I'm thinking, man, you know, this weld here, did it break right off and they shortened it, or what the heck happened there? So my dad came over and brought his trim gauge and we took some measurements on the frame. The dead giveaway of there being an issue was the measurement from that center of that front hanger bolt to the bolt on the top here is 3/4 of an inch short on this side. And the weird thing about this repair is it didn't break on the bottom. See, so it's like, there's no way this shortened. It would have to get kinked. So after digging around and looking a little more, right there under the steering box has a massive kink that I didn't realize. And if we look from the inside, that steering box bolt, it literally kinked right into that steering box bolt. So what we think happened is it took a hit on the front, kinked that in. This wasn't a crack. They probably cut a V in it and bent this up to try and level out the front, because when that kinked, it would have rolled that down, and instead of fixing the frame properly, they just cut probably 1/4 inch out of the top of this on a V, rolled that up to get the bumper support, or to get the front support up level, and then welded it, because you can see it's got a bit of a bow here, and on this side it's perfectly flat. Now the more we dug into this, oh man, the crazier it got. So then we started looking in the cab here. We noticed it's original red, but we can see blue paint on the roof. All right, and then we see a whole bunch of sealant running through there. And we flipped it up on the back, and look at this. This whole back section of the roof and the cab's been cut off. So this thing had to have been in a wreck, and they replaced the roof and the back half of the cab. You can see where they welded it back together again. So I'm going to pull the steering box off of it, build a bracket down there, put a porta power on here, heat that with a torch, that kink, try and push it out, cut the frame back open, and try and level it out. It's the only thing I can think of besides changing out the frame, or if I had a good parts truck, 4-wheel drive, I'd just cut this and change the front frame section off of it, but I don't have one. So I think I'm just going to porta power it, get it as good as I can get it, and readjust it. So we'll do a measurement here from that cab mount. So we are about a 1/16 under, 51 and 15/16 spot on that. 51 and a 16, 51 and an 1/8. Out to lunch. I don't want a truck dog tracking, that's for sure. You can see here on the front too, the rivets, they ground the rivets off and bolted that cross member, so maybe they replaced this cross member, assuming this was probably bent. So I put some plates on here, just these are bolted on there, and that'll give us a nice spot to push without damaging anything. We'll just have to keep an eye on everything. We're only putting a kink back there, but that's just bolted through the bump stop hole, and then this was just a hole that was already in the frame. So hopefully we can put a wedge there and push on the front and heat that and get this thing to lift. Now we know this is gonna go pretty haywire here. Kind of a bummer, but that's my own fault. I should have measured this out. Anytime there's been repair work or anything, that's 100% on me. I should have measured this out and checked everything before going ahead with it. But oh well, we're here now. It is coming right out.
Oh, what is that?
Keep her going, Oz.
What is that? No.
Keep her going. That is the sound of our frame straightening. It's almost out. Keep her going. You can see we got the kink out. So we're about a 1/4 inch past on there. Once it cools off, we'll let it off and we'll see where we're at. I think we're gonna be pretty close, but it is gonna roll forward and back a bit when we cut the frame there. So ideally we want it to be about probably a 1/4 inch, 3/16 to 1/4 inch long when it's cooled. Because when we cut that and roll that frame back down, it's gonna bring that bolt back. As right now, the way it is, we're about 1/2 inch high on that front frame horn, maybe 3/4 inch high. So we'll see what happens when it cools and we let the pressure off, and then we'll cut it. And you can see that big curve. So I mean, it's got to go a ways to flatten out. We got it dead nuts now. Using the scissor jack there to set the height between the diff. We matched the other side. So that's how much pie cut was cut out of that frame. You see now it's pretty much nice and level. It's got a slight tweak down, but it's kind of rolled on the back down a little there. So it matches, it's nice and flat now. And then we'll have to make a much larger gusset. Now that this has been messed with a couple times, we want to make sure and make a real solid gusset. And then we're gonna put an extra piece on here and strap that as well. We'll get working on this and update it when it's welded up. Frame repair complete. So we've got a strap there on the bottom part. Our plates there. Our axles are within a 30-second from tube to tube. And our body mount looking nice and level across the front. So pretty happy with that. We're gonna let it cool down, go for lunch, and we'll paint it and start putting this thing back together. This one's getting the trims on there. I can get this door's got a bit more gap. I'm gonna have to put a spacer under that cab mount on this corner. At least all the bolts went in perfect on the front on the core support, except for the one that the welded nut snapped off on that fender. But otherwise looking good. We'll keep on going. I think while Austin's doing the front now, I'm gonna jump in there underneath and get that rear brake line dealt with. We got Nala and Mom in here hanging out. Hello, Mom. And then we got these greasy 35s from Uncle Ty that we're gonna put on for now, just to roll it around and see how they fit. Really, if we get it done driving in and out, because we lost a day and a half, a day with the frame and half a day on the electrical crap, we would still be having a running driving truck in 7 days. Right? We'll take it as a win. Should we put oil grease on those before we kink our hood? That's what, these ones don't kink?
No,
Huh?
these don't kink.
They got the kinkies right here, see? This thing right across there? That's where they all kink.
Never seen
So that looks pretty good. Sarah, come look at this. Hey?
Does it fit down?
I need to adjust it.
We were just about finished up here. I got the rear diff done and just finishing the front diff and the transfer case, and the power went out. So it's gonna be dark here in about 40 minutes or so. So hopefully I can get the rest of this buttoned up. Well, it's about 9 o'clock Sunday. Still no power. And our goal was to have it drive out of the shop. So it's gonna be driving out of the shop one way or the other. I got the wheels on. So as soon as we finish button down inside there, we're gonna try and fire it up, fingers crossed. You got it? Okay, just don't stand in front of it. Oh, I lost start. Oh, she fired right up. Is it already running on the gas? Sweet. It's got a little exhaust manifold.
That must have been leaking, I guess. That's not leaking. I don't know where that's leaking.
That's a big leak. Oh, it looks like that collector.
Oh yeah, it is like that. There's a giant hole.
Yeah, that's all right. Scared us. Hello, Miles. Watch your fingers. Where'd you come from? There, you hold this light. We're gonna back it out. Oh, that's the power steering pump.
Is the clutch still working fine?
The clutch, it seems, it doesn't like to go into low gear. Go first. She's a little chattery.
Well, it's probably rusty. Bet you the flywheel's rusty.
We got no shocks. Hey, we got a running driving truck, boys.
Oh yeah.
Oil pressure's good. Alternator's charging well.
Really?
Yeah.
The engine's healthy.
That does not sound bad.
Our lights on the one corner work only, eh? Hey, 1 week mechanical, 1 week auto body?
I think it still needs some mechanical.
Wow, we'll call that good. Well, there she is. It's all back together and driving as far as around the farm goes, right? So next we're gonna do body work on it. The kids had started sanding down the sides here, but all in all, not terrible. We'll get some patch panels, probably just gonna cut out panels out of some parts trucks. We're gonna have to buy the back box extensions, or like the lower corners of for the box, but otherwise I think we'll have enough material for everything. So it actually fit together pretty good. Seems like it's pretty straight. I got the interior kind of back together. Got the floor welded in there. So, oh, we had our mirrors out. Dang it, we didn't have our mirrors out. There, now we got our mirrors out. So, the next one we will be getting on the body work and some panels welded in, and see, I was looking online at the turbo cans for the different colors of turbo cans. We'd like to do a flat green, but I don't know, I couldn't find any in we're in Canada and didn't show a whole lot of options, so we might just look at some single stage paint or something for it, but it's going to be nothing fancy. So anyways, to the next one. What do you want?
It's making a strange noise.
That's the clock. Ticks. See?
Isn't that gonna kill your battery?
That's what I thought, but Austin says a regular clock runs on AA and lasts a long time, so it shouldn't kill it. Seems pretty noisy. Anyways.
Bye-bye.